Raso Pictures proudly presents The Mentors. The Mentors Show proudly brought to you by
Since time immemorial, we have been groomed to believe that education is the key to success. I don't dispute that. But what happens when our papers or certificates that we fought so hard to attain do not help us in our quest for success? What happens when that bachelor's degree we fought so hard to get does not kick down the doors to employment? Do we persist? Do we channel our knowledge elsewhere, or do we simply give it up? Before you throw all hope away, here is a story that is going to spur and turn your life around. In this episode of The Mentors, I have the chance of sitting down with one of Uganda's youthful millionaires. He has worked so hard to rise through the ranks of multi-level marketing and become one of the top 5 distributors of Alliance in Motion Global Worldwide. He's the president of the Visionaries team for Elias in Motion East Africa. He's a businessman and an astute one at that, and now he's also a realtor. Please welcome with me Mr. Muhozi Elias Serugo.
Thank you.
Hi.
Thank you, Blessing. Hi, Blessing.
My God, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Finally, I get to meet you. I have binge watched your videos, and one that has stood out for me is why you say you vouch for compliments. You think complimenting people that you meet and being so warm towards them has been so fundamental in your success. So, hello, welcome to The Mentors, and you're very smart.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You're smart too.
So, who are you?
Well, my name is Elias Muhoozi, and a professional mathematician. I did quantitative economics at Makerere University. Just like you said, after which I looked for jobs for 3 years and I could not find any job. So that forced me into trying alternative ways to make some money to survive. So I tried many small businesses, of course that failed, because as you know, capital is one of the challenges of many people, starting up businesses. So until a friend of mine invited me to look at network marketing, and I think I fell in love with the concept, and I worked my way to the top. And today, like you said, I'm one of the top 5 distributors of Alliance Motion Global. I also run a real estate company plus a procurement company.
Well, your story is one of those that one listens to, and if you're not motivated, you have to check yourself, because here is why. Your story starts from Kisoro district, and then you attend these creme de la creme schools. That is, for us that went to those less known schools, that is what we used to call the schools you attended. And then you go to Makerere University, you have a bachelor's degree, you pass well, excellently, but then things just don't work out. At that point, you could have decided to go back to Kisoro. There's a lot of land for farming. not that farming is a bad thing, but through that period, what is going on your mind?
First of all, I want to say that education is very important, because, like you said, one of the values I got from education anyway was the confidence and the esteem. So even when I was broke, I think I was broke in the pocket, but in my mind, I felt that I deserve better, I deserve success, and that kept me going.
So this friend that introduces you to network marketing, some people have called it a scam, and I'm going to call things the way they are if we're going to learn from it. Did you At any one point, were you not skeptical of this new venture that someone was trying to sell to you? And if you were, I would like to hear what your thoughts were, because perhaps we will encourage more people to join it if they understand it. Yeah.
Okay, honestly, for me, I really learned about network marketing through my mother initially, because she had been diabetic and also had high blood pressure for some long time. So I grew up seeing food supplements at home. But as a business, I never thought it was a viable business. So when this friend of mine invites me, I remember, okay, I said, okay, let me listen to you just because of the products. And really the products were very good. But when I looked at the commissions was earning, I picked interest to really get deeply into the business. And I remember I made a lot of research. I've read almost every book on network marketing, and I was able to see what it is doing in other countries like the US, like Europe, like South Africa. So after making some very good research, I knew that was a business which I could do. So I would encourage anyone outside there, as you get into network marketing, if you choose to, don't just get in because someone has presented to you or because a colleague is into the business. But it's very important that you make research and understand and feel that with your character, with who you are, can this work for you? Just like any other business anyway.
In in a biography you made about yourself and your story, you mentioned that once you got into network market, okay, now you're in it, but you're trying to sell the idea to other young people so they can, especially those that are struggling with unemployment. And you say that some of your family members and your friends rejected it. At that point, what is going on your mind? Are you thinking, okay, perhaps what I joined, do you take time to rethink the decision you made? Or how do you get people to believe in something you believe in so much, but they don't?
Well, of course, really that is one of the challenges.
Yeah.
And I normally tell people that any business that you start, let it be network marketing, let it be real estate, let it be any kind of business, you must buy the vision first before you sell the vision. Because there are many challenges you face. One of them is naysayers. You face challenges. You face maybe rejections and all that. So once you have bought the vision, you look at these challenges as stepping stones. No setback will really set you back, you know. So for me, like I told you, by the time I got into this, I'd made very good research. And I also knew where probably the challenge was. For example, I noticed that here in Africa, not so many people are millionaires in network marketing. But after reading several books, including Robert Kiyosaki's books, including several books really, I noticed it was a lucrative business in America, in Europe, and many people had made it big. So I was wondering, what was the challenge? How come some people were millionaires in this concept, but here in Africa, we didn't have millionaires? And I noticed that we didn't have people who are doing it at a professional level here in Africa. So I decided to go pro. And so as I talked to my friends, I knew first of all, I understood them because I knew they were rejecting it because they didn't understand the idea. They only needed education.
So when you say you went pro, did you undertake any course? Did you get mentoring? Did you get trainings for you to fully understand so you can fully make other people understand? Did you undertake any courses and mentoring?
Well, I'll paraphrase what Jim Rohn says. He says that conventional education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. And for me, I've really become who I am right now because of self-education. So yes, I undertook several courses online, but also, like I've told you, I've read every book I could on network marketing. And for anyone who is watching us here today, whatever business you have chosen to get into, you should be able to understand it so deeply. Once you understand it, then you can easily go pro. You are a restaurant owner, you are owning a boutique, you are owning any kind of business, you are probably manufacturing juices or something. You really must study so deeply into it, and then you'll be able to probably make a lot of money for it.
So for those people who watch now, I mean, you're a household name. We know you. Even those that are not into network marketing, we see your photos plastered everywhere. We admire the man that you've become. And when we listen to your story, it's even more inspiring. Where do people access these resources if they want to get into network marketing? How do they access it? Are you accessible, you as a mentor? Because I mean, it's one thing for you to be there and tell the story. It's another for people to have access to you, to learn from you. Yeah.
Okay. First of all, I want to say that knowledge is outside there. There is information outside there. Because first of all, there are several books written on network marketing. So one of the advices I give, or piece of advice I give to young people, especially, is that don't get into business, including network marketing, just because you've seen another person make it. Get in because you have understood what you're getting into, the challenges into that business, and then you'll be able to become successful. So let us say that you decided to get into maybe clothes business, you're importing, maybe you're doing some stuff online. You go deep and understand what the business is about. Just for me, I think I'm really accessible. I'm busy, honest I am, but I have a lot of information on YouTube. I also have written a book on network marketing.
You have?
Yes, I have.
I haven't seen that one.
You will be able to see it soon.
Did you come with a copy?
No, I didn't come with a copy, but you see it soon.
So
really, there's information outside there.
I wanted to ask, you've now traveled far and wide. You've interacted with the best in the business. I would like to hear you compare the challenges that we face here in Uganda, you face, and then the challenges you have had other people face in the Philippines, where I think this Alliance in Motion is a Philippine-based. Is it a Philippine-based?
That's right. That's
okay.
right. That's right.
So I would like to hear the comparison in challenges and perhaps some of the solutions people have been able to share amongst themselves.
Okay. I first of all, I want to say that there's no challenge that you face in network marketing or any other business that someone else has not faced.
Yeah.
Every time you're facing a challenge, it is your stepping stone towards becoming better. What do I mean by that? Every time you feel that whatever business you are into, there's a stumbling block. It means that once you solve that stumbling block, then you're going to move to a next level. That's how it works. Well, I want to say that there's no challenge you're going to ever face in any business that someone else has not done what? Faced. And that is why I'm a very good advocate for mentors.
Okay.
So any business anyone gets into, it's very good they get someone who has succeeded at it, become so good at it, and you follow them. Now, these mentors could be people you meet physically. For example, maybe someone you know who has succeeded. But some of these could be people you may not meet physically, but maybe they have information on YouTube or online or through their books. So many of the challenges that I faced, I won't say that I solved them by meeting several mentors. For example, I've been able to travel to meet some mentors in South Africa and in Europe, but also I've read their books, and in that way it helped me solve most of the challenges that I faced.
Would you cite one individual, dead or alive, that you've met or are yet to meet, that you would say, because of this man, because of this woman, I think I have been able to walk into in my purpose and learn more?
Okay, I've had many mentors in life, really. But earlier in my career in network marketing, there was this gentleman called Joseph Lim. Joseph Lim is a Filipino who at that time, by the time I joined Alliance, was the top distributor in the company. And so I always followed his videos on YouTube and what have you. So I remember in my second year, I traveled to the Philippines and I forced my way to him. I was a junior, I was a nobody in the company. But I remember forcing my way to him and asking questions and know that he's human. And I want to encourage anyone outside there that all these people have become successful. Actually, they want to mentor more people. You just have to make an effort to meet them and they will give you some information. So he didn't give me much when I met him, but just his assurance that what he has achieved, I can also be able to achieve. I came back to Uganda with all the confidence.
And see where that has gotten you.
Oh yeah, thank you.
So you're a very busy guy. How does your day look like?
Okay, how does my day look like? First of all, I'm a believer in the 5 a.m. club. 5 a.m. club.
5 a.m.
Yes.
Okay.
A gentleman called Robin Sharma, he wrote a book and he named it 5 a.m. club. According to him, there's no millionaire who is still sleeping by 5 a.m. I really wake up so early, and the reason being
That is making me laugh because at this point I'm realizing I might never become a millionaire.
oh no. Actually, well, first of all, I don't scare anyone outside there, but also to put it as is, success about discipline.
You're right.
So one of the reasons why I wake up so early, it's because I need my personal time. You see, when you have a very busy schedule, especially as you become successful, you don't make your own plans. People make plans for you. By the time you get at office, they're all looking for you. The phone is buzzing everywhere. So really, I wake up so early so that I can have my me time. First of all, I pray in the morning, and then I reach office early, and I can be able to do some personal things. I can make follow-ups. I can, look at the things I need to look at before I get obstructions. And so basically my day is always just very busy anyway. And in the evenings, because I normally have a long day, I like having at least 30 minutes or 1 hour in the gym on the treadmill to cool off. So that's how my day runs, really.
And you're now a family man, but we will get to that bit because you brought Kampala to a standstill when you proposed to your wife. That is none of our business, but surely it has contributed to the man that you are. So we're going to go into that after this very short break. So we are still hanging out with Mr. Muhozi Elias Serigo. His story is amazing. So before you throw all your hope away, this gentleman was unemployed for 3 years after university. He went to the best schools in the country. But man, when you wake up one day and your papers are just failing you, what do? You have to think and you have to broaden your mindset and you have to change that mindset. So we'll be back after this short break. Don't go away. I appreciate that you're still watching the Mentors program with me, Blessing Naturinda. I'm still hanging out with Mr. Elias Muhoozi Serigo, who is the president of the Visionaries team, Alliance in Motion Global, and he's dropping major gems on success. But his story starts somewhere. He didn't just wake up one day and he became this gentleman that you are currently seeing. So let's dig deeper into some of the things that have led to the gentleman that he is now, to his success story, and many more things. So, Mr. Muhozi, before we went for that break, I mentioned that you're a family man, and there is a reason why I did that. In one of your stories, you say there is a time, at the time that you were broke, your now wife was like the breadwinner. She even gave you some money. For the young people who are watching this right now, who have probably been affected by COVID, most of us, employment became a rumor when COVID happened. So I would like to hear some of the things that kept you going through that period and then leading to this success that we see now.
Okay, thank you, Blessing. It is true. I have an amazing wife who is very understanding. At the time I joined this network marketing, I was not yet married, but had a girlfriend. So who, look, imagine a situation, you're not employed, you're not earning, but your wife is working in the bank, or your girlfriend is working in the bank at that time. So many times, when she would visit me, instead of me giving her transport, she would give me, instead of giving her money for hair, she would give me money for salon. So, but really, maybe probably she also saw the vision. Like I told you, I was broke in my pocket, but never accept broke in the what? In the mind. So, really, first, there's no situation. As long as you have a vision, as long as you know what you want, there's no situation that is permanent. And I want to encourage, because you asked about COVID,
Yes.
I know that many people's businesses went down, many people lost jobs, many people, it's always very important to look for an opportunity in that setback.
Yeah.
So for me, during that time, I was broke. I was not employed. I used it as an opportunity to read a lot of books on network marketing. I had focus, because one of the areas in which I encourage people to do is to be focused. It's very easy that when you're broke, you jump from one thing to another, to another, to another. And that way it keeps you broker, if I may. But if you say this is the line I've chosen, and you use that time to learn it and improve it and become better, before you know it, you can really become very successful.
And therefore, during that self-training, reading, researching, you have found that there have been tips and principles that have guided you towards your success. Let's share that with us.
Okay, to begin with, like I said, you must have a goal. And I don't believe in so many goals at a goal.
I struggle with that.
It's very important to have.
I set like 10 goals and achieved none.
But it's very important to set a goal. Of course, every goal has small goals below it, but there's the main goal which you're going to focus on. I normally tell people that look at any industry, real estate industry, network marketing industry, clothes industry, imports and exports, and food processing and manufacturing. All of them have money. In fact, I did a video recently saying that even if you are collecting garbage, but you're the biggest garbage collector, you still can be able to make money. So every industry has money. That's one thing I want anyone to understand. So as long as you choose to focus, you can become successful. On top of focus is determination. Determination is really about knowing that there may be setbacks, there may be challenges, but you still remain focused towards that goal. That is what? Determination. So once you have a goal and you are so determined that no matter what the world throws at me, I'll become successful. Like many times, sometimes I would wake up and I don't have transport at all. And I would have to walk towards what? To town, and sometimes back. You understand? But because I was so determined, because I knew I had found, if I may, a gold mine, which I'm going to focus on, eventually I became successful in an industry, probably which many people say they can become successful at.
And then you borrow that money, you buy your first product, you start your journey, but things still don't kick off immediately. I mean, I want us to be reminded that there was a little bit of patience in your story.
That's very true.
How long did you wait before you had your first, that aha moment from when you joined the industry to that period that you said, yes, now I can finally go back and sleep tonight? Yeah. How long did it take you?
Well, I like that. Actually, there is a very big gap between setting this goal and saying I'm going to be focused and actually realizing the goal. So where many of us go wrong is that time period. Are you willing to wait long enough? Are you willing to keep on pushing long enough? Are you willing to remain with discipline that long enough? For me, you can imagine, I am the top distributor of Elias Muhoozi Global in Africa, but took me 1.5 months to get even one person believe in me. You can imagine. It took me about 5 more months. For the first 5 months, I had only made less than $100.
The first 5 months?
The first 5 months.
You had made less than $100?
Yes, less than $100.
That is terrible.
That was terrible. But I still knew there was a way through this.
How did you keep moving? How do you even wake up and say, it doesn't matter that the first 5 months of this I earned less than $300, less than $100?
$100, yes.
But I am still going to push through nevertheless. Why didn't you at one point think, okay, I still have fallback papers, let me go back into looking for jobs, and then perhaps we'll see what God does for me?
Today I was listening to an audio or a video by Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he says, I hate plan B. So many times plan B is what defocuses people from the main goal, the plan B. I want to say that the road to success will not be a bed of roses. Never will it be.
Yeah.
But anyway, going back to the question, yes, it took me 5 months to get, to even get a breakthrough. I had only made less than $100 in the first 5 months, but I was becoming better for the sale. I was listening to mentors. I was trying out. I was trying to get my craft better, because this is a new industry I'm getting into. So there is a learning curve, and that learning curve is very important for any business. You understand? But I thank God that by the time I was making about 10 months into this business, I was seeing a breakthrough. I was making more than $2,000 every single month. And by the time I made 1 year and a half, oh God, I was making a lot of money. I can't even measure.
How are you still humble?
So many people meet me and they're like, what happened? As if I just, kind of all of a sudden grew up. But really there was some hustle in between. And it's many times the hustle we don't see with many people. But behind every success story, there's a hustle. I like telling my team when I'm training people that every mansion you see, every Range Rover you see, every dream car that you see, behind that particular item, the dream car, the mansion, whatever you call your success, behind that success, there is a long learning curve, there's a long time of the hustle.
So now you are into real estate, you are running another business. For us, the young people, I think we need more tips about investing the money that we earn and investing it into another channel of how do I say this? Okay, I'll just say perhaps we need a few tips on investing the money that we earn as opposed to spend first and save later.
I feel it.
Yes.
I'll give a divergent view on investing. First of all, it's very important within a business to understand what is my cash cow. I'm a believer in a cash cow, what is bringing the money, and vis-a-vis the investment. One of the mistakes people make when they're investing is that they get into another cash cow. I'll give you an example.
Yes.
I once had a barber who was doing very well. I felt his salon was doing very well and all that. So he one time called me, come, Elias, I want you to lend me some money. I said, for what? And I was willing to lend the guy money because he had been my barber for a very long time. And he said, I want to buy a car so that I be doing Uber also on top of my salon. And I'm like, really? The Uber needs you to be there physically. It needs you to drive it anyway. The salon needs you to be there because you're going to cut people's heads.
Yes.
How are you going to balance both these cash cows? And I remember telling him that, you know what? I would really understand if you say you're going to buy another maybe a piece of land, which is passive, it doesn't need you, right? Or venture into a business which does not need you so much. You understand? Instead of trying to divide the time between your main business and another business for which you're just doing what? Starting up. So with that said, I want to encourage people who are watching me today that first of all, understand your cash cow and respect it. Give it all the time. The first investment, in my opinion, should go back to the business which you are doing to become pro, to make it bigger. For example, this friend of mine who is a salonist, I would really imagine maybe he's trying to buy better machines, he's trying to expand, he's trying to
value addition.
Yes, to add, thank you,
Yeah.
to add value.
Yes.
Not trying to get into another business that is competing with time with the main business. So when you have enough money, then you can really invest into passive investments, which don't require time, but gives you financial security.
But on that note, another person would argue that now that I've already established the business, I could get someone to stay at the business while I venture into my Uber, so I still have two mediums of income, So then
I totally agree with you, and you bring it out very well. You said I've already established.
Okay.
You understand?
You have.
So the moment there are systems in any business, the
Yes.
reason why people like Steadily are going to be in several businesses,
Yes.
it's not because he's jumping from one after another, no. It's because he gets into a business, sets a system, and establishes himself. He can exist without him, and ventures into another one. One of my best mentors in business is Mandela, the owner of Cafe Javas. You understand? You notice that at his restaurant, He has set systems. It doesn't have to be there. So it is okay for him to start another venture, maybe a flower. Build it so well that it doesn't have to be there. It's okay to start another one. Now, the challenge with us, the young people, is that you have just started something. It still needs you. You don't have systems, but you're jamming from another.
You're
so
not
you become
nurturing it. You're not taking time to nurture it. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that is very clear. Thank you so much. And then let's move to social media, because it's a very integral part of your business. Because I have seen what you do with social media, and I would like to know whether you can actually leverage social media to turn into an actual offline audience, people who will broaden your network and then power into the business. And also, most of us young people definitely spend a lot of time on social media, but how can we channel that time into making something so impactful to our lives and businesses?
Yes, social media is the big deal. Looking at a platform like Facebook, it has over 2 billion people. Imagine how unlimited that market is, if I may. You understand? So it's really very easy to promote your business on social media. I normally like to encourage that even if you're promoting your business on social media, the principles of success still apply. Social media is not the easy way out. It's not like there's no push button, success. The people who have really made money and promoted their brands on social media, they work like crazy. There's a gentleman called Grant Cardone who said when he was trying to put his brand on social media, he would post something. His team would post something after 3 hours. You understand?
Yes.
Now, many people told him that is too much information. He said, yes, I want everyone who opens Facebook, whatever social media, they can see Grant Cardone, they can see Grant Cardone, they can see Grant Cardone. So he really also worked very hard. Going back, I'm a firm believer in e-commerce, because the only way you can be able to make very big sums of money is if you can tap into this unlimited market, and the social media is one of them. I'll give you an example of how powerful social media is or e-commerce is. For example, I may never buy a product in a big supermarket somewhere in Kampala, simply because it is not in the direction which I pass as I'm going home. You see? But I'm going to comfortably buy something on Alibaba or on Amazon, simply because they are online. I'm a very busy person. You may not find me so much dining at Cafe Java's, but because they have promoted, that platform, I can order food online and all that. Most of the times, each time I want to eat from office, I will call Cafe Java's, simply because they're available online, they can be accessible. So social media is one of the platforms we can venture into.
Okay, and then as we wrap up, I know there have been several myths and misconceptions about network marketing. What are some of the craziest you've had, and how can we dismantle those for people to be able to tap into this industry? It's kind of still untapped. I don't think we've exhausted it in Uganda. So, but it would help if we could remove some of those things that have been said that are untrue about it.
Okay, first of all, network marketing, in my opinion, it is one of those very few businesses where someone can begin with little capital, or even almost no capital.
As little as how much?
As little as maybe $200, or maybe even $100. Some companies to join on in the $100, or even much less. So you begin with that little and still have the potential to become a very successful person over the years. Now, many people look at network marketing as a chance business. Let me join this company, it is new. Let me position myself here. But there's no such a thing as luck in any business. For you to become successful, you must become so good at it. You understand? So when I joined network marketing, like I told you, I'd seen it become a very big thing in so many countries, like in America and Europe, but it was not that here in Africa, because many people are joining for the sake. I join a friend who brings a friend who brings a friend. It's a joining business. I like telling people that the main business in network marketing is actually not bringing people. It's actually also not just selling products. It's being able to provide the best support system for the people that join under you. You understand? So the moment you can create a support system, you get Blessing, who is a journalist, or or maybe a doctor, or maybe an engineer, and you can really convert her into a professional leader, into a professional networker. In that way, you're as good as having set a system, because you'll always earn from that line. So some people call it a scam, some people call it a Ponzi, some people call it a pyramid scheme. And yes, it is true.
What is true?
What is true is that there are Ponzi schemes outside there, which position themselves like network marketing.
Yes.
There are also scams outside there which position themselves as network marketing. But for you to know between a Ponzi and a scam and a pyramid and an actual network marketing company, first of all, ask yourself, does it have a tangible product? How do these people make money? Do they provide a product or a service? Number one. Number two, how do I get paid? Am I paid through the known institutions in the country? You understand? For example, we have mobile money or the bank. Those are probably some of the best. Then number two, is my money being taxed? If the money is being taxed, it's known in the country and also probably known by the central bank anyway. Then number three, what is the history of existence of this particular organization? Number four, is it part of their bodies that govern network marketing? One of them is the Multilevel Marketing International Association, and these people members. The other one is the Direct Selling Association, and these people members. So once you are able to look at some of those checks and balances anyway, there are so many, then you can easily know if it is a pyramid or a Ponzi or an actual network marketing company.
Okay. And then, not finally yet, I know we talked about the challenges, but it seems your business doesn't have many challenges, does it? Because man, other people will tell you like a million of challenges, but I don't even know. Did you mention any challenges?
Oh good, there's so many challenges. And the part of it, like you've just said, it is misconception, and we are doing a lot of mindset trainings and skill-based trainings. Of course, there are so many challenges. Really, there's rejection. I faced a lot of it. Of course, there's also more knowledge, because for us, we are dealing in food supplements. Many people don't believe in supplementing. In Africa, people want to take a medicine or a food supplement only when they are sick,
Yes.
We don't believe you're going to see many people in their 70s jogging for the very first time, which they could have done much earlier. So apart from just selling supplements, we promote people, we teach people and train people on living a healthy lifestyle, from what you eat, exercises, resting enough, and all that. So many people find it hard to adopt, but I think we are doing a very good job in trying to change the way people think in that area.
And the parents who paid millions of Uganda shillings to put you through formal education, happy and proud of you right now.
Okay.
Yes, it's real. We are in Uganda and our parents, well.
Okay, initially my parents were very upset that I was not looking for a conventional job. Or actually I looked for one and I failed. So I settled for network marketing. So they kept on pushing me anyway, trying to get a conventional job. But they normally say that work hard in silence and let the success make noise for you. I thank God that when they started seeing the fruits of my effort and how I was very serious with this, I think they let it be. And I want to say that today, I think my father and mother are the happiest people.
Okay, and then finally, what is the best financial advice anyone has ever given you?
The best financial advice. The best financial advice actually for me is my father.
Okay.
My father is a businessman, and he likes saying that be a pessimist, but also optimistic in this way. That always, in whatever that you're doing, believe that anything could go wrong, and always prepare for the worst while hoping for the what? For the best. So that has kept me in a position that I never assume That's why even when many people could look at me and they feel that I'm successful, I keep on working very hard because I didn't make a contract with success. It can come and go. So it's very important that to remain with the disciplines in life, even when you become successful. They say that the worst enemy, the worst enemy to your success is actually your success. So many of us, when we become successful, we forget what took us up there, and the moment you forget what took you there, then many times you see people coming down.
What has made you the great leader and astute businessman that you are now? What are those tips? Let's tap into them as well. Who knows?
Okay, I want to believe that probably the best, what has really made me the most is reading.
Reading.
Yes.
And we don't like reading in Uganda. Do you know that?
You must read. I've read a lot. I've read a lot about success. I also listen to a lot of audios and all that. And one of my best one of the best audios I've listened to, especially when I was down, is by a pastor called Joel Austin, who gave me a lot of hope. He made me believe that the situation I'm going through, there's an end, there's light at the end of the tunnel. You understand? So every time I listen to positivity, I listen to some of all these audios, Les Brown, Jim Rohn, they give you a feeling that whatever circumstance you are in, you are not alone. You understand? So, and also reading this book. So I want to believe that by the time I got this opportunity, I was already prepared in the mind to become very successful at it.
Now, we all have our own definitions of success. Some of us define it by the number of cars that we have, the lavish lifestyle, the number of trips we make outside of this country. But what would be your definition of success?
Well, for me, success is about the legacy. How many people you have been able to impact. The moment whatever you're doing, the business or whatever service you're offering, does not impact people, then you're not successful. So how many people you have impacted, for me, that is success.
And any closing remarks that you have for the young people and the teams you have mentored, please feel free to pass on that message.
The people also there who are listening to me, I want to really encourage you that you can become successful in anything. As long as, like I've told you previously, as long as you are focused, as long as you know what you want, and you are so disciplined to become so good in whatever area it is. I'm not saying that network marketing or real estate or procurement, the businesses which I do, are the only businesses. But I want to encourage that any business that you are doing outside there, as long as you can become so good at it, you become focused and stay in that lane, I promise you can become very successful. Otherwise, thank you very much, Blessing, for hosting me today.
Thank
you. And I'm so delighted to be part of your show.
So much for making the time. I appreciate your time, seeing that you're a very busy man. And hopefully I'll pass by your offices and get mentored by you. I'll be honored. Okay, so whatever your definition of success is, we just listened to Mr. Muhozi Elias Serigo, who is a success and he's impacted lives and he's still mentoring other people to walk in his shoes. And that is what he calls his success. What is your success is definitely determined by the determination, your persistence, your hard work, and also what you choose to do in the face of adversity. When your education fails you, look around for opportunities and do not be afraid to venture. Thank you for watching. Do not hesitate to reach out to us if you have anyone that you would like to see on the show. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.